I don't know. Let's see.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're live.
I don't know.
Good out evening, y'all. We had a few little technical difficulties getting started. You know, once we go live, you do have to talk. Interviews go back.
So,
And hey, Mr. Grumpy. Hey, Mrs. T. Um, and yeah, Sped said he already has a question for you. Hey, Trauma. Are
Lord,
you are you afraid that Sped has a question?
no,
So
no, I'm
we'll
not.
do. You know. So PSYCHWARD Diaries, they're an interview, yes, but not in the traditional. What is your inspiration for starting music and all of that? Because those are kind of interviews that are done all the time because some people do want to know that, but we like to get to know the person behind the straitjacket.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay, good luck, Trauma. If you got a battle going, good luck.
Yeah, good luck, homie. And then there's a quack to follow up after
Yes.
that.
But how did you come up with the name? I mean, I won't put your your government name, but it's really far from what you go by on YouTube and stuff. Like, how did you come up with IzApacalypse?
Well, the is part of the name does go for the initials of my first and my middle name, and Apocalypse. I just kind of like threw as I got older and did more like poetry because I kind of wanted to just add something to my name and not just have it as just is, and kind of like make something different and stand out.
Yeah, like tonight, I don't know if Restream is doing better, but like, I know the other day I couldn't stream any music through it. I know the other night during MTP's or Double S's, who's now different name though, during his contest, they were having a little bit of issues. So maybe we'll get some music in tonight. Don't know, but of course, shout out to Blindsight for winning the Double S contest.
Yes, sir.
And next, we'll get through that first with Trauma. This coming Friday, Humble Beast drops. So make sure if you have not pre-saved it, you pre-save it because, well, yeah. And if you are into battle rap, or if you aren't into battle rap or never knew what battle rap was, Trauma, I think his next competition is, or next battle is, I think either Friday or Saturday.
Definitely gonna tune into that.
Yes. But, so when you're not doing music, what do you like to do?
I usually draw. Like I'll draw random shit just to kill time. Sometimes I'll go to this boxing gym that's around from where I live at. And normally just draw and listen to music, or if I'm not doing that, just going out to the boxing gym.
Now, do you like boxing like Rocky, or do you do more of the MMA stuff, or
It's
both?
more of the MMA, but yeah.
9/11. Now, what got you started in music?
So I one day just spending time with family. I was only 9, and
So
one
that
of
was
my
what, 2 years
cousins,
ago?
2.5. Um,
Oh.
no, but one of my cousins, he was just on his computer. He was working on different beats, and he was just like, "I think you should try it." And I was like, "Try what?" And he said, "Rap." And I was just kind of unsure about it at first, and it wasn't like nervous. It was more so just I didn't really know if that was something I wanted to give a shot. So I ended up recording whatever the hell we wrote together, and like, and then I ended up enjoying it more. So I started writing more poems after that, and just it wasn't until like when I was about to turn 10 where I started to like go from just writing poems to actually like writing raps and actually getting into it.
Because I'm kind of interested to wonder, because like when I met you, or no, yeah, literally the first thing I remember hearing you on was a Halloween cipher from Jackson Pierce. And then it was, I want to say Colt Kane or Dark Angel. And then most recently you dropped your track that you wrote for your mom. So, like, how did you get into? Did you start with kind of the more darker horrorcore?
No, I I got into the darker music when like I needed an outlet because I was one of those people that for some reason somebody's like, hey, I'm gonna bully that kid, or hey, I'm gonna pick on him. So I found an outlet because I didn't feel
Murder
like,
is illegal.
I mean, yeah, but but I didn't want to fight because like I know how I could get when I fight, so I just try to avoid getting into that. But I wanted to find an outlet, something therapeutic, and then just a lot of the shit that I kept thinking about over and over ended up just coming out through my music, and then it ended up after a while not just being something to vent out and just get out my system. It ended up just being something that I enjoyed making and started to do more often. But I love being able to switch through different topics and different sounds every now and then. It's always fun.
Now, were you as a kid and growing up and stuff? Did you like? Have you always been a fan of horror movies, or no?
Yeah, absolutely. I fucking love horror movies.
Sved said, "I just nerd raged when I had enough and put a jock through a locker in high school."
You're the real MVP, Sped.
That's bars right there. And then
Inspedible Hulk.
Inspedible Hulk. Oh, because like now you obviously the Funhouse is okay. Slim wants to know Freddy or Jason.
Jason.
Annabelle or Chucky.
Chucky.
Trying to think of what other like compares. I'm just special, no worries.
God damn it, Sped.
That's like the Scream movies. Like I was, well, I don't even know if you were born yet when the first Scream movie came out. But okay, it okay. Slim said it or Krusty.
It.
Krusty isn't a scary clown. He's a Jewish clown.
That's why I made the face. I was like, huh?
Okay, said the ship or the scientist from Event Horizon. I don't know what the
Scientist.
I don't know what that is. So, what is your favorite horror movie?
I love Hellraiser.
I think one of mine, and it's not really a horror movie. It's kind of like a cult classic. It was
Mm-hmm.
The Craft.
Mm.
I enjoyed that. And like I honestly, I'm dating how old I am, but I had the original Scream movie on VHS.
That's awesome.
To be 100% honest, I ought to dig through the stuff and see if my mom still has those movies because she used to, it was back when you were like, back when I was a kid, you had these clubs where like every month you got so many like VHSs for like 99 cents a piece.
Mm.
Okay. I'm just gonna smile and nod because I think Warhammer's a video game, or no, it's kind of like D&D. Maybe. Do not judge me.
No judge.
Uh, Interview with a Vampire or Twilight?
Interview with a Vampire.
What is your favorite vampire movie?
I honestly don't have a favorite vampire movie.
I think Interview with a Vampire is good, but the Lost Boys was pretty good too. Twilight was one of those that, yeah, vampires are not supposed to fucking go sparkle. And when is
Stand
anybody
out with
gonna
something.
and what is it when is anybody gonna address the fact, right? Everybody thinks it's such a romantic story, Twilight. Do they realize Edward is like 100 and something years old and Bella is like 16? Right?
Yo.
Like nobody addresses that elephant in the room.
Nope. Nope. They just go with it.
Oh, well, he got turned when he was 18 or 17. Yeah, that was 110 years ago. um,
Fucking Christ.
yeah, the Lost Boys is a good movie. Um, did you ever get into Supernatural?
I wanted to, but I don't know.
I watched a few seasons of it, but it's a moisturizer.
Yo, sped, bruh. God.
Oh fuck!
Then again, it's sped. I'm not surprised.
That is my other half. And the sad thing is, y'all, he's usually the one that's he's the voice of reason in the relationship. If you're coming to me to be the voice of reason in any situation, you fucked, and hopefully you are right with whatever God you believe in, because yeah, if I'm in charge and the voice of reason, this ship is going down. And this is like a perfect way to kick off spooky season is with somebody who enjoys horrorcore and horror and maybe a good horror too. I don't know.
Accurate.
If the shoe fits.
Visa mom.
uh, can you remember the first horror movie you ever saw?
No.
Hey, Nico.
Nico, konnichiwa, my nigga.
What he said, minus the other part, because I'm too white for that. I think, honestly, the first horror movie I ever saw was It. And I was absolutely, because of that movie, petrified of clowns till about 3 years ago or 4 years ago, and then I had finally gotten over it. I'm like, okay. I sat down, I faced my fears because like I was 8 years old when I first watched it, and I watched it again. I'm like, oh, the clown's barely in this movie. Okay, I put it aside. And then I made the mistake of watching the remake of it. I'll,
Damn.
I'll get the spray bottle. Friday
Yeah,
the
I'm not
13th
afraid of
for fun.
clowns. I just don't fuck with them.
Look at you never see Ronald McDonald it has caused obesity and diabetes in children. Uh, John Wayne Gacy ate children. Like you never see anything good about clowns.
Yeah, no.
When you had you didn't have creepy. I don't know what you had clowns that were sitting there popping up on the side of the road or in cemeteries at the middle of the night. There's just something unsettling about a clown.
I'll fight a clown.
You'd fight a clown.
Yep.
I
Street.
wanna. If you hit a clown in the face, would his nose honk as you
No,
kill?
no,
But,
don't.
but
No, I already know where this is going. Don't even. Oh
I,
shit.
I take it Tim Curry is who played the clown on It. Played Pennywise. We keep saying It like the clown on It doesn't have a name. Like it is a whole movement, and you can even buy now on Amazon sexy Pennywise the clown costumes.
There's a. Hey,
Like nothing says I don't know. Let me
they
eat your
can't
chick.
have that as a costume. No way.
They do. They have sexy nun. Like the amount of shit they make into sexy, which really they should be saying slutty, because, but
Yo, nah, this can't be real.
it
Damn.
is.
Mm-mm. People got a lot of time on their hands.
It really is. Like, will you chill the fuck out, cat? Like, it's not gonna kill you to be in here. I apologize. Loki is living up to his name tonight.
They wanted a cameo.
Thought if anybody has questions, just ask them. We're just up here, and it's kind of a, just get to know who Izzy is. You see him in the chats all the time. We hear his music, but who is Izzy? Because you can't judge a book by a 3-minute track. Because if we did, I would think that Izzy needs to be locked up in a psychiatric prison after Funhouse and Colt Kane.
Hey, Spad's got a point.
Hey, like I've said before, Scooby Doo taught us a real lesson that the true monsters in life are the people. Lala. If
Lala.
Okay, if Iz could go back in time anytime in the last 100 years, witness an event or meet a person, who would it be and why? If it wasn't as you, what? If it wasn't as you, What?
I
If, if it wasn't as you had been taught or told, would it change your mind? Thank you. I could not figure out what the hell GAD was.
shit. That's a good question. I didn't even think about that one a little bit more because that was actually a really good one. Helping me out.
Give me just a second.
Gad. We need proper English. Are you saying you want him to talk British?
Okay. Have you thought yet?
Not yet.
I think. Um. Come on. I think I would go back to. I don't know. There's two things, and both involve the same person, so to speak. First, I'd like to go back and see if Marilyn Monroe actually committed suicide or if all the shit they say about the Kennedys is true. And secondly, I want to know, I'd go back to 1963 and or two, whatever year Kennedy was assassinated, and see who was on that grassy knoll and if how we've been taught in history is truly what went down that day.
Gotcha. Start this way. No resulting summary is necessary.
Other than that, I think it would have been really cool to witness the march that Martin Luther King led into Washington and stuff like that because you had what 1 million people and still there wasn't violence and stuff got accomplished. And in today, you can't get 1,000 people together without violence starting up.
Yeah, that's true. I'd go back to 1988, best years of my life for being a kid. I don't blame you, boobs.
Being a kid was 3 years ago for Izzy.
Hey, it was like 3 1/4.
What horror franchise are you dreading getting an update, remake, or rewokening?
None really.
Um, I won't lie. Halloween it's supposed to all end this year, and I kind of
Mm-hmm.
hope I'm rooting for Jason in this one. Like I just want I'm ready for Jamie Lee Curtis to be dead. Like it's been 30 years. Can we just can the bad guy
She just
win for
wants her.
once?
She just wants to see her get killed. That's what it is.
But it's like with some of them, I wish they'd just let them go, kind of, because, like, if you look at take the Scream franchise from the beginning, which I think the first one came out like in '96. Michi,
Mm-hmm.
what's up?
Michi, word of me.
Like the first one came out in like 2000 or 19 like 96 or something like that. So now it's 30 some odd years later, and it just sucks in a way that like you can't just wrap it up. Like why do they have to keep continuing? Like why does Hollywood have to keep continuing the story? Like aren't we original enough to come up with new horror story ideas? Like why do we have to? Because the last one I watched, it's basically the first Scream but with their kids now.
Right.
Wait, whose head are
Yeah,
we
that
going
tends to
to?
be the habit of movies these days. Like it's like it becomes like a whole running gag to just keep prolonging unnecessarily a lot.
Yep. Probably it would be I wouldn't want to see them reboot Freddy Krueger, The Nightmare on Elm Streets. Which track of yours do you think best shows your flexibility as an artist?
I would probably have to say when I had recorded Lunasnuthouze 5, and honestly, it's a tie-in for me at least. When I listen, like between that and when I had recorded Formula.
Do you have a favorite track that you've released? Do you have a favorite or no?
Not yet.
It's I don't think I have a favorite, but I definitely have a top few that I play, which right now has been Funhouse 5 for obvious reasons, because it's cool, and Cocaine because of the storytelling. Like the storytelling, and hopefully that turns into at least a two-part, if not a trilogy, because I think we need more. Like, you left us hanging with him on the way to somebody's house. Like you can't
That's
just
fine.
leave. You can't leave us hanging
Why not?
because like I don't know how long ago you released Cocaine, but it's time for to find out, what happened. Who agrees with me in the chat that yeah.
I agree.
Nobody in the chat, like that's why I keep looking at the restream to and then I have it on my phone to make sure that like Sped's the last one that said something with cool. Um what is Okay. How would you use the Japanese style of horror, apathy, and simmering hatred to write a track?
Yes, no, I'm kidding. How would I use? I'm probably nah. I don't want to spoil nothing. I don't want to spoil anything.
So, is that you're gonna have to wait and see how I would use it, kind of thing?
Yeah, that's one of those.
You heard him, Spad. You're gonna have to wait and see. I know you said your cousin is the one who said something, but does like your family know you rap?
Yeah.
Are they like proud of you, or do they think it's just a dream, or, like not a dream, but just a fantasy, or do they support you?
I straight up, I may have like a couple of them that support me, and then it's just like everyone else just generally just looks at it like, okay, cool. But it's all good.
Do you have upcoming tracks being dropped like next month? The next month being Halloween, or anything you can say right now?
I might have a couple of them.
He ain't giving us any dirt, y'all. He ain't spilling the
Oh
tea.
no!
Um, how did you meet? Because I know in, is it Funhouse 5, you were like before I became HITM and before Dark Angel. So how did you meet Trauma and become like part of HITM?
So the first time I had seen Trauma's name, we were both on the Halloween cipher with Jackson Pierce, and that was the first time I had seen him. And the second time I ran into him, I was being interviewed by Sack Juggalo on Hip Hop Radar Underground. And then when I was through with the interview, also in the chat too, but like when I was through with the interview, I had talked with him a little bit after, and then just started connecting more then, and then checked out more of his music, and
The
ended
rest
up
is
just
history in the
getting a lot of
making.
advice. Yep, he gave me so much advice that helped me with, you know, understanding a lot more, like especially business side of things. I'm still learning a lot from him, but like he's helped me a fuck ton.
Sped wants to know, does the thought that my grumpy old cane waggling ass is on a track have you laughing or scratching your head?
Both.
Get the fuck
Scratching
up.
my head, just curious though, because I haven't heard you on the track, so that's more like wonder how that's going to sound.
Who would be, because we do ask some, music, who would be your dream collab, either indie or mainstream? Or, and they can be, this is like dream fantasy, like, so it could be somebody who's passed away. Like, if you could have collabed with anybody living, past or present, who would it be?
Shit. There's this there's this artist that he's more independent named Locksmith, and I would love to work with him just like because the mental work behind how he just puts together a song and the way he ties things together. That's what's kind of inspired me more to like be more like versatile with things and just try other shit out and be more like more in tune with that. Like more in tune with experimenting and also just like adding what I already do to it, but like next level every time.
What would you do if, like, say tomorrow morning you woke up, Dr. Dre was standing on your door, or representative, whatever, and they wanted you to sign with him, but you wouldn't be able to like stay, like you wouldn't be, they'd turn you into what they wanted. Would all the money in the world be worth that?
No. And as great as like the opportunity of like that atmosphere would like sound, it's like I enjoy being in control of what I do and who I am, and that's what's gotten me the self-respect that I always wanted to have more of for myself, and the respect of others, of seeing me for who I am and not seeing me to be someone I'm not. So I probably would have to say it no.
I do agree that Iz and Skits would be great dueling psychopaths. I think Iz and Blaze the Messiah would too. I think you and Blaze, he's one that, yeah, he is the reason I know what horrorcore is. Do you know who Skits Craven is?
Bloody hell, fucking. No, but I've heard that name before.
Let me see here. I don't know how it will work. We're going to try and see if StreamYards will be nice to me tonight and play this. Why does I go? Okay, you need to go. You need to disappear. Google Assist or whatever. His fingers crossed that this will work. Who's that? We don't fuck with Schizo? I don't know who that is.
Okay. Yeah, I do think that's a different person that's talking about.
Yeah, here you go. Let's see if this is gonna work. I am gonna pull.
Hello everybody, my name is Craven. I am today's newest patient. I'm glad I'm participating. I guess I'll start this off by saying I'm a labeled assailant. They found a couple unknown bodies rotting under my basement. But I'm not here to make new friends. I'm not the one you wanna blabble to. A paranoid, schizophrenic, fuck you bitch attitude. I slice you up with gratitude, decap you like a Haitian. Face it, I'm the modern Jason. All you rappers I'm replacing, that's all. Hello, Miss Whitney, would you play a game with me? Go around and throw out a frisbee. I hope it isn't too windy. Maybe I'll bring along Cindy. We can all play in the shed. Show you what's under my bed as long as you keep it unsaid. Cause if you tell somebody that I'm out collecting heads, they're gonna tell the feds. The mama's gonna make me take my meds. I fucking hate meds. They make me drowsy, just a bit depressed. And when I get depressed, I lay Beth while I caress her breast. Her breast's been dead for a week now. Her body now, my new spatula. Her feet, I use torso as a sheet now. I was always crazy till I met this bitch named Carolyn. A lot of you might actually know her. Her real name's a heroine. Hello everybody, my name's Evan D. Craven. I am today's new and I'm glad I'm participating. I guess I'll start this off by saying I'm a labeled assailant. They found a couple unknown bodies rotting under my basement. But I'm not here to murder. I'm not the one to blabble to. A paranoid, schizophrenic, fuck you bitch attitude. I slice you up with gratitude, decap you like a Haitian. Face it, I'm not you rappers, I'm right. Never liked my shot up. keep him as my treasure. Kept his body in the closet, but his fingers in my dresser. The stove, I'll turn your organs into plaster. Stir a little faster to the children, I'm a bastard. I'm in the Casper, watch me demonstrate disaster. Underground psychopath, these rappers call me master. All I want to feed them is some beats. Do you want some more? Try to face the floor on all fours while I fuck your whore. I can feel the rest sweating out my pores. Watch play with org, I never miss a chord. Hello everybody, my name's Evan D. Craven. I am today's newest patient, I'm glad I'm participating. I guess I'll start this off by saying I'm a label to say saving a couple unknown bodies rotting under my basement. But I'm not here to make new friends, I'm not the one you wanna blabble to. I'm paranoid, slice you up with gratitude to cap you like a Haitian. Face it, I'm seeing all you rappers, that's all.
You still with us, Izzy?
Yeah, I'm still here.
So that's Skits Craven.
I love that with the visuals, like he had it where he wore all black and he was in more of the darker background, and then had the all white with the opposite.
Yeah, he's yeah. Little on the creepy side. Okay, are you not gonna get back on camera?
Not too creepy, just plain creepy. Oh, bloody hell, I didn't even realize my show was off. Damn it. Dagnammit. Okay.
You talk like you're an extra on Scooby-Doo.
Ready?
Do you have a favorite movie?
Friday. I know it's not horror, but Friday.
No, it doesn't have to be horror, just in general.
Yeah, Friday. Sped, you crazy.
He's dating me. He has to be crazy. What is a pet peeve of yours, like with being in the independent rap scene?
So,
like what's something that annoys you or something like that?
So, for me, it's like, and it doesn't have to be necessarily like somebody just, like more out there, like industry or mainstream. It could be even like independent or another genre that's not hip hop. Like, no shit is, that's what a genre would be. But I don't like when, if I'm listening to an artist's music, if it's too redundant. Like, if it's too one-dimensional and there's like nothing else that they can do.
Sped would like to know what your guilty pleasures are.
Just more of the darker theme songs, really. So I make them sometimes.
I think Izzy's guilty pleasure is when nobody's around. He does the dance to Baby Shark.
So do that in confidence.
I'm sorry. By the way, whoever came up with that song for Baby Shark
Here we
needs
go.
to take a long trip to the funhouse and never return. Because that is some straight up character. What is your favorite food?
Mac and cheese.
Like homemade mac and cheese, Kraft mac and cheese.
Homemade.
Homemade mac and cheese is bomb. My
Yeah.
grandma used to make it. Who inspired you? Like, just to be, not necessarily in music, but who inspired you in life to kind of better yourself or whatever?
Mom.
What?
My mom.
And that's who your latest song is about, correct?
Yeah.
If you guys haven't checked out, I will drop right now the link to Izzy's page. You will also find it in the description of this. Check out his latest track, which is Bleeding Black. And make sure you do like, share, comment. But there is Izzy's page, so make sure you connect with him. Because maybe he'll be dropping some stuff in October. We don't know. He's gonna keep us guessing.
Always.
Maybe he'll write a song. Maybe he'll write a song about a hot pocket.
Could be. Could be.
What do you like to do in your free time? Like outside of music and MMA, do you have any other hobbies?
Spend time with my kid. Really.
Now, has he ever heard any of your rap?
I don't know.
Little too young, huh?
Yeah.
but does he know you rap
Yeah.
or not yet? Is he
He
still too young to really understand that?
he's still too young to understand, but he has heard me like in mid recording. Like there's been one time he's like come to me when I was in the middle of recording and just to kind of just pop up on me.
Or pop up at you at 3 a.m. and scare the shit out of you?
Yeah. Now the funniest thing, I was watching one of the lives late when Trauma was live, and out of nowhere he just walks up to me. I didn't even hear him coming into the living room. He just walks up to me. He's like, "Hey, yo, Dad," and I just burst out laughing because I was not ready for him to say that. I'm like, when the fuck did he start saying, "Hey, yo"?
Ew. Better that than fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or among other words. I expect your kid to be calling you fool. Really, fool? I gotta take out the trash?
Right.
Um, did I already ask you if you have a favorite horror movie?
You did.
I think I actually forgot. I don't know why I forget about it because it is actually some of my favorites. Is House of a Thousand Corpse and The Devil's Rejects are two of my favorite movies. Like, yeah. And not only is Rob Zombie absolutely amazing, writer and director and everything, but his wife is hot too. Like, I would let her, yeah.
Lord.
Maybe he was channeling Nelly.
I'd hope not.
I forgot. Does Nelly still rap?
I think he'd still be by now. No.
Yeah, House of a Thousand Corpse and then The Devil's Reject. Both, like, awesome movies. Like, absolutely. This is my favorite time of year, so we got, this is the time of year I watch all these movies. House of a Thousand Corpse, Devil's Rejects, Hocus Pocus. you know,
Shit.
just to round out the night. As a female, Titanic is a horror movie for me. Literally, when that movie came out, I went to the theater and all the girls were sitting there crying. And when the lights came on, all these 13 to like 15-year-old girls, the first time wearing mascara, running looking like a raccoon, and I'm laughing. And look, I will stand by this and I will die on this hill. The bitch had more than enough room on that door for him. Oh, I'll never let go. And 2 seconds later, she lets go.
Wasted no time.
She like, yeah, I'll never let go. And the only reason the people were sad, like they didn't realize, like most of those girls didn't realize that that's based on a true event, not the story of not the story of Rose and Jack particularly, but the Titanic sinking and those people freezing to death is a true thing. And the only reason they were sad is because it was Leonardo DiCaprio that drowned in the ocean. Like,
Yeah, for real.
that's why they were sad.
Yeah. You
Do
think the
you
blob?
think would be better accepted as a monster if it was pumpkin spice scented or flavored?
Definitely if it
First,
was pumpkin spice scented.
first off, you shouldn't be knowing what the blob it tastes like. Like you don't need to know the flavor of the blob. Secondly, fuck pumpkin spice.
That's why I said definitely if it was pumpkin spice scented. Because I'm with you on that one. No, if you know the flavor of the blob, enough
No,
said.
like I have a question.
Hmm.
I mean, I've never been a fan of pumpkin spice to begin with, but is pumpkin spice, like everything pumpkin spice, is that a girl thing in general, or is that a white girl thing? Like the love of pumpkin spice, is that a girl thing in general, and I just missed that part of being a girl, or is it a white girl thing and I doubly missed it? Like,
I don't have the answer. Sped?
because like I know literally on TikTok, like, because I guess Starbucks brought it back like September 1st. I have not seen anybody but blonde, white girls with the pumpkin spice being like, "It's pumpkin spice is back." I hope you choke on it.
No. Fucking hell.
What?
just your reaction to that.
Well, it's
Oh god
yeah.
damn!
You shut yourself off.
No, it shut itself off, and yeah, god damn it.
Sped says he recommends the book Jam by Ben Crogshaw. Hilarious take on the blob apocalypse.
Word.
Uh, when you have air cooling brains, everything.
Why is my shit not coming back on?
I don't know. Speak nicely to it.
Hi camera, it's me again. Can you please kindly turn the fuck back on so that we can zoom?
Hey, Darrell. We are over here tonight because, well, why not? Shout
Facts,
out to
Sped.
Jacko. Shout out to Jacko for allowing us to use this channel because Jacko's cool. Um,
Fucking hell.
but
I'm still here. Don't worry.
I am good, Darrell. I hope you are well as you are good as well. I think you had a big day for college football today. I don't know because I don't follow college football or most sports in general anymore. It is highly depressing. Cool. Um, Now you currently live in New England. Did you always are you from here originally too?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think there's just something like extra spooky about New England that's kind of fun. Like you have Salem and like the witch trials and then stuff like that, and then in Fall River, or I think it's outside of Fall River, but it might be, you have the Lizzie Borton house where she, you can, that was turned into a bed and breakfast and you can sleep in the room where her parents were hacked to death. Michi, what is up? If anybody has questions for Izzy, drop it right now. His camera is plotting to take him out.
Yeah.
No, no, he's worse. He's a Connecticut.
Oh my god. Connecticut.
All I can say is, guess what? Monday is Labor Day. So that means Tuesday, the state of Maine gets the state of Maine back, and tourist season is over. Fucking about time. Like, I understand, like, because of, the pandemic and everything, like, the first year you couldn't travel, so that really hurt because Maine is a state that relies heavily on, I thought you had Labor Day off. Are you working now, Sped? Uh, do you have a favorite sports team?
No.
Do you have a favorite sport that you like to watch?
I mainly just watch anything combat sports, really.
Um, do you know who Andrew Tate is?
Yeah.
Why is everybody mad at him?
Shit. Fuck if I know. I don't even pay attention to him.
I'm so confused. Okay. Um, do you have an all-time favorite MMA fighter?
Check that out.
Chuck Liddell?
Yep.
I like him, basically because he's easy on the eyes. I never really got. I'll be the first to admit, like, I never really got too much into MMA, like, watching it, because one of the ones I watched, like, the dude's leg got snapped and there's blood all. It was just a little more violent, and this is coming from a horror fan than I liked. I don't know who Big Daddy Kane is. Do you know who Big Daddy Kane is? Is he?
Artist.
Is he a rapper?
Yep.
Um, who's your favorite WWE wrestler ever?
Eddie Guerrero.
He was good.
Yes.
His friend there, no. Chris Benoit.
Oh yeah.
But like, how long have you been watching wrestling?
Since I was 6.
So 5 years.
Almost.
We're just, we're just gonna keep people that don't actually know, like anybody that's new, guessing what your age is because we've made like how many different references and number drops to it, but haven't actually said how old you are.
Right.
Do you think Eminem is GOAT status or overrated?
Let's say he's ghost status.
Do you have a favorite rapper of all time?
No.
Were you more of a Biggie fan or a Tupac fan?
I've always just had them like the same amount of like love for their music both. I never really had one over the other when it came to that.
So you've never been like more leaning towards East Coast rap than West Coast rap?
No.
Okay. Sped wants to know preferred media for drawing: pencil, charcoal, ink, black and white, or color.
Color.
I don't know who it's got. Um, Would you ever want to wrestle in the WWE?
So not in WWE, but I would love to still pursue wrestling.
Now,
Not like as
can
a
we
primary, but as a secondary, really.
can we go on the record as saying the WWE is basically a soap opera for men? I mean, like literally, like I know,
I don't want a reality TV choreograph like that. I want to actually get into the actual sport. You know.
like I know, like 100%, like the stuff they do, and the moves they make and stuff. Like that is the real part. But I also know that it's not real at the same time because it's predetermined, like before the match starts, of who's gonna win.
Well, like also too, if I'm gonna cut a promo opponent or anything, I don't want to have a script. Like I'd actually rather really like be into it and actually like go out there and just you know.
I stopped, like I was a fan. I had the WWE network and everything else, and I started watching right around the time that Owen Hart died. So I think that was the late 90s, maybe mid
Hmm.
90s. But I watched it up until the pandemic hit, and then they continued with, I think it was why can't I think of it, WrestleMania.
Hmm.
And they went ahead with WrestleMania, and the big thing, one of the huge things with WrestleMania is the crowd, the interaction with the people and stuff. And it was literally just two people in the ring in an empty arena. Like it lost
Yeah,
it
everybody just had screens that they could like
watch.
pull up. So yeah,
Yeah. You didn't have that same atmosphere, so I'm like, yeah, I'm done paying for this bullshit because it wasn't the same. And yeah. And then the stories just get recycled over and over.
well, not just that, but it's the same certain people for God knows how many hours or almost the whole hour, week by week.
I won't lie. I miss some of the stories when it was basically like old school, and this sounds really fucked up, especially coming from a woman, but where it was like the two chicks fighting in a swimming pool of pudding or whatever. Like, some of this shit is just stupid now.
Yeah, I get what you mean. But yeah, I would love to uh wrestle, but not in WWE.
Because it's, yeah. Do you have a favorite TV show?
Nah, I usually just watch a movie on a rare occasion. I don't usually watch TV regularly.
I am the type of person who will sit there and find, like right now it's been Bob's Burgers. That's what I've been playing, and then once, like, I'll fall asleep to that and have it on as background noise, and I usually go through a series 2 to 3 times depending on how many seasons of the series is, and then I'll move on to something else. um Sped wants to know, what would your stage name be?
I wouldn't really have a clue at the moment. That's something I still think about.
Would you wear leggings?
No, no.
um I already said that Slim and Izzy need to collab, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yes.
And like I will tell anybody, like I don't know, do you make your own beats when you make a track?
No, but I want to learn how to make my own beats.
Well, like I know the darker beats and stuff. Sombra makes some Sombra makes killer like beats and stuff, and you guys are gonna get to hear one of Sombra's beats because it's gonna become my new intro and outro with the help from a couple people. I'm not letting anything out of the bag yet, but Sombra makes some killer beats, like no pun intended.
Word.
Sped wants to know, would you be interested in trying your hand at D&D?
I'm not sure what that is, honestly.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, that's what he meant. I thought he was talking about something else. Yeah. I was like, no, because at first I'm like, huh, what is he talking about? But yeah, I didn't know he meant that.
Are you excited to hear me rap on a track?
Yeah.
Not on this channel. That's a whole different thing. Yeah, I don't think Jekyll would appreciate that too much. I don't think YouTube would appreciate it. I believe that would.
Oh
I think
shit.
that would. I think that would have to be a whole different platform, not just channel. True, but like I said, Kingdom really taught me that I'm the only one, and I believe that with everybody's. We are our biggest hindrance. Like we always. That is true. Jekyll wouldn't give a fuck. But I think we are always our own biggest like enemies, so to speak, and we're the one that holds us back. And some of us, like a lot of us, just will sit there and like we will find excuses of reasons why. But until we look and know that it's within ourselves, we're our own hindrance.
Yep. That's that.
If you were to write your own horror movie, would you be the villain or the hero?
I'd be the villain.
But my thing is, right, what defines a villain? Because if you look at it, with some of them, like House of a Thousand Corpses, they came trespassing on their property. So,
Yeah, that's a
it's all,
whole different story. Yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah. Hey,
I
K
wouldn't say that's
Dog.
villainy.
But, yeah. I'd be the villain, too. Like, the thing is we grow up idolizing the heroes in stories, but when you become an adult, you understand and can identify with the villain.
Exactly.
Like,
To be honest with you, I don't even see the villain as like how people describe what a villain is. The villain, it's been like if you notice some villains, they have a similar like situation that they might go through that they went through the differences. They just handle it differently, but then
yeah.
they're called the villain for it. Like they're called like fucked up for going a different way about it.
Well, like, if you look at, like, take Maleficent, she's portrayed as the villain, but if you learn her backstory, the prince like stole her wings and broke her heart. So, or you have the Wicked Witch of the West. again, she is portrayed as the villain, but if you read her backstory, she was bullied because she was born with green skin. So,
Uh-huh.
you know,
The
so
villains
when
are
you
the heroes that
understand some,
wasn't saved.
yeah, they're the anti-heroes. See, Batman just annoys me because I don't think Batman is a superhero. He's a I don't think Batman is. He doesn't have any powers outside of being rich. So really, Donald Trump or Elon Musk could do the same shit Batman does.
I feel like I feel like Batman is like an example of like an embodiment of what someone would consider being like a hero outside of like what Bruce might consider him being a more than just a normal human being or person.
If anything, he'd be more of a I can't say the word something antage. Like somebody crusader against evil, but he's not like a superhero. But there's some of the shit that he does. Right. Iron Man, the same thing. They're rich dudes. They're rich white guys showing off what having buku and unlimited amount of money can do.
Right, but also too, I have to make this point. A lot of people mistake the fact that a hero villain is supposed to just have a supernatural ability or powers, and it's like they don't always have that. Not all of them, but like the power of money is just stupid.
But like, okay, for the longest time, the Purge movies, I refused to watch them, and the reason why they scared me or creep me out or whatever as much as they is because those are some of like the most realistic I think could happen. We're not all that far away from actually having like purges and
Hmm.
shit like that, and it's one of those like at the end of the day, it's like you have to sit there. It makes you think. It's like, okay, like if the purge happens, am I finding a place to bunker down until the 24 hours is up? Or am I going to take my risk and try to better my position by either stealing, killing, or robbing, whatever I have to do? So it's one of those that makes you think, like, what would you do if we actually had a purge?
Yeah, I had a friend that was when we watched a couple of the Purge films. It was like they'd make it through a purge or they'd want a purge to actually happen. I'm like, all right, until it actually does possibly until that type of shit does happen, you say that now. Like I feel some people they think they want that shit to happen, but then if it actually does, they're not gonna know what to do. 9 times out of
Well,
10.
like, look at just without getting too much into politics, but as a prime example in real life, is everybody was calling for instead of like um, education and stuff, they were calling for defunding the police. And when some of these bigger cities actually went through and did do that, then they're crying. Now those same people that were crying to get rid of the police, now when they need help, they're crying because the police aren't showing up because there are no police.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of a prime example of everybody wants it until they don't want it anymore.
Mm-hmm. And they don't want it no more. It's already happened.
Like, I thought probably about 15 years ago, I thought like all these doomsday preppers, I thought they were insane and crazy, like literally crazy. But now, like, the more I see it, like, there's so many people that are dependent on the internet. And they'll be like, instead of like going out and finding out something, oh, I'll Google it. I'll Google it. You know, you never learn to drive anywhere without Google because you're so busy whatever that you're not actually focused on being able to drive to where you're actually driving to and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see, like, if we ever do lose the internet and people have to live without being on this, how people will survive.
Right.
Because I was raised, I didn't get my first cell phone until I was 24. So I was raised without cell phones, without, video games that hooked up to the internet. Like, we didn't even have internet. Like, I think our first computer class was like my senior year or junior year of high school. So we'll survive, but there's some people that they can't do anything. Like, have probably never stepped foot in a library, like, don't know, like, have never educated themselves, like, on how to survive if you had to be self-reliant.
Facts.
So, like, I laugh because there was a while back, it's like, it was a joke or a meme or whatever, and it was one of those, like, I was raised that I could defend myself with anything. You were raised, and the thing that you're going to have to defend yourself with is a dildo and a spatula. We're not the same. And it's and it's so true, because I know how to I've known how to shoot a gun since before I was legal to even drive a lawnmower and stuff. So I'm not a shoot a gun. I know how to do a bow and arrow, gut fish, and defend myself if need be. There's some people that are fucked if they have to defend themselves outside of being a keyboard warrior.
Facts. It's important to know that shit, though.
It really is. Like, just like a lot of people don't garden anymore. Like, I know how to garden and what to grow and when to plant stuff and how to plant stuff so you have stuff throughout the whole season. I know how to take care of like preserving the stuff that you grow in the garden so you have food like into the winter and stuff like that. I don't know. I wouldn't. I'd have to become a vegetarian, or somebody who eats fish or chicken at the most, because I could shoot a moose or a deer, but I wouldn't know how to butcher it. I So yeah, it's the same thing like living in Maine that he said. Like, I could go live in the woods, wouldn't be comfortable, but could do it and live fine. There's some people that they can't go into the suburbs and live okay, let alone the woods.
I grew up long before I actually like got into like the city.
So Shrek is your dad?
Hell no. No. Shrek, he's like a distant cousin almost.
Sped could survive.
Oh, I know. Sped was
yeah. Sweb.
One of his signature attacks is Waggle's cane. So I think he'll live.
Sped probably knows how to fucking butcher a moose or a deer. Or the neighbor.
Yeah, I can see that.
But, like, we all joke about it and stuff, but, like, yeah.
Like, I didn't move into the city till I was 5.
You were 5, so that was 6 years ago?
Have y'all guessed yet?
Has anybody figured out is Sped says he's too stubborn to stay down when knocked down, that's all. And he got rewarded for being too stubborn with me as a girlfriend.
Word. A Day in the Life of Sped coming soon.
It will be rated R for vulgar language. He had one day where, like, he was telling me about, he was doing security and had this chick walk up and, like, grope him. It's like, what the fuck? like who does that?
Just randomly?
Yeah, with her boyfriend with her. Like, that's the thing that gets me is, like, okay, like, what the fuck? Like, who would ever think, like, I can understand thinking about, oh, I want, I'd love to go grab his package, but you don't act on them.
She just randomly walked up and groped Stone Cold Sped Austin.
Yep. It happens more than you think.
Yo!
Sped needs a reality show.
That's what I was saying.
It's always the quiet ones.
Oy.
But, yeah, like, I don't know if you guys can see in the background. Eventually those, but that's all artwork for the channel. Like, one's the logo. Hey, Bear Shark. A couple are the mascot, which is Quackers. And then I have the one, like, Sped does all the drawings for the channel, the artwork for my channel, so they are one of a kind. So if you see any of the artwork that you see on my channel anywhere else, there will be death to pay, because, like I said, all of my artwork for the channel Sped has done, and it's one of a kind. Like, it's not something that was computer generated and stuff like that. And pretty soon, the intro and outro will be an exclusive beat that I have the rights to, so you won't hear that anywhere else either.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I got the license information. Like, I've never bought a beat before today, and, like, Sombra sent me over the licensing, and I'm like, oh, it's official. It's official. I am doing good. How are you, Bear Shark? We're just having a PSYCHWARD session with Izzy. His camera decided to stop working, so
yeah, it went rogue on.
We got the blue eyeball of death.
Yeah.
If you stare at it for too long, you will turn to stone. And Sped is still breathing. We got Slim in here somewhere.
I think he got lost in Nightmare City again.
Oh, and while I'm thinking about it,
oh, and if y'all have personal questions too, y'all can. Like, I've already said, nothing's off limits. I mean, there's not any, like, limits.
Make sure you all do connect with Mr. Bear Shark. I'm dropping his link. And it could be. I stopped reading paperwork a long time ago. So there's the link. Make sure you connect with Bear Shark. Also, if you are an artist, aspiring to be an artist, have thought about being an artist, Mr. Cam, and if you know who Cam is, well, it's Cam.
Right.
Has a competition going on right now as well. And you have till the end of the month to enter So I'm going to drop the link to that competition. So if you are interested,
I mean, interesting too, but I mean, I think
and
that's just additional points.
and make sure, like I said, make sure you are tuned in to Bear Shark and connected with him, because I believe he has a competition going on here shortly. But here is the link to Cam's competition, and you have till the end of the month. See, yep. And he has merch. Yay, he got the beat done.
Nice,
But
Jedi.
yeah, I know I passed it on to all my artist friends. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff in the works. I told Izzy he needs to start making some merch.
That she did.
I have merch, like if you go, not on this channel because I am on Jekyll's channel, but if you follow me on IG or Twitter or my page on YouTube, you'll find my link tree and you will find the link to all of my merch. Sped and Slim have both bought my merch and they seem to like it. I have not bought my own merch.
Word. XCOM bars.
Hold on. There you go, Bear Shark. Now you should be able to drop links. But you're going to want to make sure... Nice, Sped's wearing my shirt now. Well, my merch. He's not wearing my shirt. My shirt would probably be like a crop top on Sped. My actual shirt.
Oh shit.
Yes, we need some Bat Army merch.
Ooh, that'd be
Yes, Bat Army, some...
Sped.
Yeah, well, the thing is like, if you guys follow me on IG, like, Izzy has seen the picture, like, Sped literally towers over me, so, like, alone, like, his shoulders, he'd be lucky if it even came down past his neck, because he's got broader shoulders than I do.
Right.
And I honestly think the shirt that I'm wearing right now is a Junior's, to be 100%
Oh
honest.
my.
So there, Bear Shark has dropped that. There'll be, what was I going to say? There will be some announcements. I am a leprechaun. There is some announcements coming on the channel or some changes and stuff. So just make sure you are tuned in. Because you ain't going to want to miss that. There's some big stuff coming up. In the hood? What's in the hood?
Leprechaun in the Hood. The
Um,
movie. Real pun, Jedi.
Sped wants to know if he puts anything together for you, is where should I send it? Should he send it through email or IG or Twitter?
IG or Twitter is fine.
But like I said, like Sped has done all of the artwork for my channel. He designed Quackers the mascot, which is one of a kind. The cover art for the cipher I dropped back in February. He designed that, and he did my logo, which is the crazy half kind of looking like Harley Quinn chick. But yes, make sure you all. I believe I pinned it. Hopefully, I pinned it. I did. Humble Beast drops this coming Friday. So, however many days that is, 6, 5, 5 and some change. So make sure you have pre-saved it, because pre-saving a link, y'all, when any artist drops a track, pre-saving the link, pre-saving it does help the artist out, because it helps push out, it helps with the algorithm, and helps their track get pushed more once it actually drops. Like, the more people that pre-save and are interested in it, the better it does for the artist.
Yes, Lord.
I have no idea what he's talking about. Okay. Are you gonna smoke and shower at the same time?
Oh, I think he said he was going to smoke first.
Well, he said, "All right, gang, I'll be right back. Gonna go smoke and shower." So are we smoking and showering at the same time? I kind of want to. No, I don't. Yeah. Nope. We're just gonna move on, because no matter what.
You set yourself on that one.
Facts. But when don't they? Oh, I hit a button that I didn't want to. Okay, what's going on?
I was trying to set up on my laptop to see if I could get my camera.
Oh, there's 2 Izzies in here now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Final fuck. There we go. Okay. We are back. So I am.
Stop being a dick. I don't know if Slim is still here. Now it's really hard to hear you.
What happened?
Okay, now it's better. Like your volume ain't staying steady.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Hello, Sved.
Apparently haven't fixed my audio issue. Oh well.
Damn, don't tell me your shit's going rogue on YouTube.
What?
Now saying this bed, don't tell me your shit's going rogue on YouTube.
Oh, mine's been going rogue because I shattered my phone screen on my old phone, and this new one, for whatever reason, doesn't recognize the earbuds or Bluetooth as an audio output. So you guys are coming out of the phone audio wise, but I'm talking into the mic in my earpiece.
Got you. Okay.
I don't know why this is acting so freaking stupid, but oh well. Oh,
Get your butthole out of my
just
face.
yeah, I think I found something to actually help you with that. So
Don't walk across the computer.
Trying not to.
Um,
of course.
it is Jekyll's channel after all. Do we not expect technical difficulties?
Good point.
Uh-huh.
Touche.
I probably should hire somebody to sage the channel. So, does anybody have plans for Labor Day?
Well, like I said, I'm working, so not really a huge union fan myself, anyways. But oh well.
I thought you had the 3-day weekend. That changed.
Yep.
Izzy looks tired
Oh my.
or stoned. At least he's not. He hasn't been dressed as a minion tonight.
Give him time. I don't have the costume budget, so I can't pull it off.
You're too tall to be a minion.
I'm sure I could find a way to rig up two costumes, make it look like we're standing on top of each other.
This is where we're doing.
Like I said, I don't know if Slim fell asleep or maybe he's busy doing music. He disappeared. Are you seeing this, Sped?
What, my own camera pointing the other way and him doing the minion thing? Yeah, I can see him abducting a minion to probe it. I can see it. Careful, you might accidentally end up getting a new tab on Pornhub created. Careful.
Hey. They don't need to know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he won't tell us if he has anything coming out for Halloween time and spooky season.
I'm pretty sure he does, considering the theme of a lot of his stuff. I'm sure he's probably been putting a lot of work in on a lot of things just to be able to try to coordinate them to get them out for October. But that's just me.
Yeah,
I'm just,
Izzy doesn't like to spill the beans. He makes you tune in.
Yep.
Is also kind of a reactor as well, y'all. So make sure you check out his reactions too. He does it all, but he doesn't
Yeah.
make beats yet.
But speaking of reactions, I should be getting back to doing that.
Yeah, you'll have to react to Crystal Lake when that drops by Slim Sombra, and I'm on the intro to that one. I don't know if I want. Yeah, there's no backing out of it this time around with rapping, but I don't know if I want anybody to react to it.
Say no more. That's all I'm saying.
But at least I know, like, I'm not going into this with expectations like people are going to compare me to, like, the female Eminem or whatever. Like, I know my place in, so to speak, and I don't think I'm anything more than I am.
But you're also not trying to go extra mile outside of what as far as like where you're at with it with you getting started, and you're
Facts.
still experimenting with it.
But I think definitely over spooky season, people may see in one aspect or another a funhouse, nut house collab, kind of some sort. Just we ain't saying anything, but you just never know when it comes to spooky season.
Right?
Hold the pumpkin spice and extra on the spooky.
Yeah. I'm always the cryptic route, so people just always are guessing.
I don't know though. Izzy looks like he might enjoy a pumpkin spice latte.
Oh no. No. I'm not Izzy then if I enjoy that.
it's like you're one step from a milkshake coffee. I get it.
I can honestly say, like, I've never tried, like, pumpkin spice. Like, I like a piece of pumpkin pie at, like, Thanksgiving time, and that's the extent of my wanting anything pumpkin. I don't want pumpkin flavored cookies, or I don't want to smell pumpkin scented candles, or, you know. It's bad enough I drink my coffee pretty much like chocolate milk.
Having been in the military, I don't trust anything that comes pre-flavored. It's thanks to the I actually have what the equivalent of military issued lactose intolerance, so I'm good. I'm good. I was part of the test group for shelf-stable, lactose-included, non-refrigerated milk.
Yeah, I don't trust it.
We didn't really have a choice. One canteen of water and all the pallets of frickin' box milk you could drink. Good luck.
There's just something. I'm the same way though. Oh, I set my hair on fire. I can smell it. There's something about like Yoo-hoo that like it's unnatural. Like anything that's supposed to be milk-like should not be able to stay on a shelf at room temperature. Nope.
Well,
Like you.
it barely has anything milk related in it nowadays. The old days it probably did because you had to refrigerate it. Nowadays, not so much. Want to hear something really interesting though?
No.
What the hell is her name? The Iron Lady. Fuck. Old British leader. Fuck.
Madeleine Albright.
Yeah. No.
Margaret Thatcher.
That's it. Yeah, Margaret Thatcher. She's actually she was a chemist by trade. Prior to getting into politics, she was part of the group that actually ended up inventing soft serve ice cream.
When was that?
Oh man,
When was that?
that was fucking long ass time ago. It was before she ended up in politics. I know that much. It's been a long time since I came across that fact, but yeah, she was part of the team that ended up inventing that in the lab.
I think Albright
kinda
was the chick from Florida or whatever.
That or one of the lawyers for something.
Yeah.
Albright and Allred come to mind when
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, would you ever write a country song, Izzy?
Shit. I honestly might. That's a big might. Only because I don't know how I would personally sound doing it. But it's not like I'm against like trying to see how that would turn out if I'm like on my own time. If I try to do that and see how like if I enjoy it or if I like what I hear from it before I even give anybody a listen on it.
I can picture you doing something along the lines of like a country version of like Hills Have Eyes. If you need any inspiration in regards to how to like incorporate banjos, there's a musical composer that works for Konami for a long time. He did the music for a lot of like the Silent Hill style games. Hidioka, I think is his last name. And he would incorporate banjo and make it sound so discordant and weird that it added to the freaking ambiance and just the setting for the game.
Banjos are creepy to begin with. Like, if I'm ever in the woods and I hear a banjo, like, yeah, I ain't sticking around and going to investigate.
Well, nowadays it's probably going to be like a like YouTube video of dueling banjos being played because they don't have enough thumbs or fingers left to be able to actually do it themselves. But
Um, so, what do you want to do when you grow up, Izzy?
Have a successful business that I own. Successfully run my own business.
Do you have anything upcoming that you want to push, or anybody you want to shout out or push, or whatever?
Uh, as far as what to push, I will just save the unexpected and just like maybe I'll see when I do unexpectedly drop. As far as shout out to you for having me and also being a good person, good friend. Shout out to Trauma HITM for considering having me a part and showing me a lot more on different things that with business side of music and just more on the music side of things, just things to pick up on and kind of help me with leveling up on. And to anybody who really enjoys my company or enjoys my content, and also the people that are willing to even have those times to have, as far as giving me those gems and letting me know where I could improve or where I could go forward more with. I'm appreciative for everybody that helps me, not necessarily just with being an artist, just more so being a better me as days go on.
Mhm.
How do you feel? Do you have a message for your haters out there?
Keep tuning
Quack.
in.
And then, yeah. Welcome back, Mrs. T. Make sure you all are tuned into, like I said, pin link is Humble Beast, which is dropping 9/9. And, trying to multitask, and I don't do well with that. Make sure you are connected with
Mrs. T came back. I had to do it. I had to do it.
Make sure you're connected to the paranormal stream. They go live every night. Make sure you have that bell notification thing because the time. Well, hopefully we'll send rain your way, Sped. Hopefully it'll rain tomorrow. Slim. Hopefully it'll rain tomorrow. But the paranormal stream, they are live every night. Make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss that. Um, um,
See that one Superman Jerry curl on the side?
make
It went
sure
rogue. It's all right.
make sure you pre-save Humble Beast, which is dropping 9/9. Make sure you connect with Mr. IzApacalypse. You can find his link in the description of this live tonight. Never know. Expect the unexpected when it comes to that. Um, I'd say connect with Sped, but he really doesn't people well, so
Yeah.
he's just here to protect you all from me.
Yeah, and I'm kind of afraid to stand side by side next to Sped in person because then we'd look like the Dudleys.
I'm sweet and innocent. I don't know what you're talking about.
Only for one day.
I think Slim is taller than Sped. I think Slim is
Oh,
six
yeah.
five.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna pretend Slim is like what 8'11".
Well, it's kind of hard to tell depending on the camera what convenience store he's walking into and how fast he's running. Mm.
we gotta get we gotta get a haunted homies. Like, see, Slim, Sped, and we're really not all that far from each other in the grand scheme of things. But to get a true haunted homies like meetup, we have to either all go over to Sweden or get the Swede over here.
I think we could just start with getting him on camera first, one step at a time.
Yes. But yeah, like, but unfortunately, yeah, I'm not a fan of the whole state of where Slim lives. That whole state can go fuck itself, in my
I hate
opinion.
that this is the only sun visor I got. I look like I got fired on my day off.
You look like you just spent all day at Disney World with your kids.
Yes, and then got promoted to unemployment. Like this is not a good.
I could just be golfing.
Right.
Right, exactly. That's what we said. He can wear his mask that creeps me the fuck out. He can have his camera off like Izzy did for Summit tonight. Like, yeah, we just want to, yeah, get him up in these lives. He is a very important part of the haunted homies. Either that or we're gonna make Sped the face of the haunted homies.
We don't want that.
Yeah.
But we got to come up with we got to have a conversation, but that's a business conversation. We need to come up with some haunted homie merch
Yep.
for sure.
I've already got a few ideas. Just really need to find the time. Figured a few weeks of my new schedule, and then be able to probably.
But yeah, but there's, like I said, we have the haunted homies. For those of you who don't know, I have no idea. I stopped asking questions about an hour ago. Is The haunted homies is Christian Sombro, DJ Slim Boogs, Sped Worm, and myself.
Worm.
Don't you start making fun of the way I talk, too. As we learned last night when I was trying to have you
All
spell
right,
out the big...
Beyonce.
But yeah, make sure you connect with like all of us. I think most of us, besides Sped, because like we said again, he doesn't people well. But we're most of us are more active on Twitter than we are IG.
Indubitably.
But we definitely, with spooky season upon us, it should be a fun next couple months. Because in the Nut House, spooky season starts September 1st and it ends just about December.
Mm.
You know. Though I am thinking this year, I found the perfect Christmas tree. It for my room. It is black, and I think I'm gonna do that with purple lights. La 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 la. I can't. Hey, that's one thing with Christmas. Get to bring back Silent Night by what's her name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm kind of afraid to see what Izzy comes back as. But tomorrow we'll be live. Probably the location. I will do the same thing I did today in about an hour to an hour and a half before the live. I will drop the link to where we will be. And let's see what else. The the weight loss thing channel should be kicking off this. I don't know what LML means.
He's probably meaning you to type LOL, but hitting the M.
The M and the O are nowhere near each other on keyboard. Like, what the fuck does LML mean, Slim? Oh, nope. He put the right words. It means laughing mad loud.
Uh-oh.
I think
So, hood off to the grouch?
Have you checked your CO2 meter in your house?
Oh, fuck my beer.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if I ate today. You know, one thing that I am glad didn't really stick around was YOLO.
I hated that.
That annoyed that saying for some reason like was it annoyed the shit out of me, and it's like you only live once. No, fuck Einstein.
Mm-hmm.
And live, laugh, love. That's another one. I don't know. I think I need to find. Let's see. Yeah, I'm making my annual spooky movie list of like what needs to be on it. Obviously, we got, like I said, House of a
Event
Thousand.
Horizon.
Like right, we got. You have to type that to me later. Horizon. Let me. Um, Horizon.
Event Horizon.
Because of course I already have on it, House of a Thousand Corpse and Devil's Reject, and I got, Hocus Pocus, which really isn't spooky. I have no idea what the fuck he's doing. But, yeah, there's some. I think I want to put. What the fuck? Why can't I remember? Oh, I can't think of the name of the movie for the life of me, but it's, like Woody Harrelson's in it. And it's, like how to survive a zombie apocalypse kind of thing.
Zombieland.
Zombieland, thank you.
Saw that in the theaters. Good movie. Well, that was actually supposed to be a TV show.
Really?
Yep. When they all ended up going their separate ways, it was supposed to be the end of the pilot. They had to add that whole bit at the end at the amusement park.
Right.
Because it ended up being a movie. They were just like 6 months ahead of their time.
Well, yeah, because like the nephews are into The Walking Dead. I just haven't been able to get into that one.
Don't bother. If you really want to, I'll see if I can wrangle up my copies of the old graphic novel for it.
I'm not really that interested in it.
I'm just saying.
Right now I'm trying to get through.
The Art of War?
Yes. Like, apparently I must have lived under a rock because...
Mm-hmm. That's why I keep trying to, like, get Michi to... I keep calling him a Michia pet because he'd be able to make a killing getting a little, like, clay bust of his own head made. You could grow the hair out. It could come with a complimentary pick, maybe a do-rag. It'd be great marketing. Especially if he uses that picture from the Wakanda track.
Yeah, I'm just kind of bouncing around right now on different places, Mrs. T.
Just avoiding the stupidity.
That's all it is, really, stupidity.
Yeah. Get off here. Probably going to get back to making my D&D version of a Witcher. Go from there. Double check my laundry.
He's ahead of schedule. He's not used to having 2 days off.
Ben, fuck. $5 months. So, yeah.
Yeah, right before my birthday is when you started with that other contract. But,
In case anyone's curious, Luna told me to do this without telling me to do this.
But, yeah. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll have the Sunday shenanigans, and, I think we will possibly have Slim. If it rains and the kids decide not to go to the beach, we will have Slim up there co-hosting with Sped and I. And, like I said, make sure you tap into the Paranormal Slumber Party. That should be... they go live every night, so make sure you hit the bell because the time does vary a little bit. Make sure that you pre-save the Humble Beast that is dropping 9/9. Make sure you connect with Izzy. Thank you again. A huge shout out to Izzy for taking time out of his Saturday night to be here. It is greatly appreciated. And we will catch y'all on the next one.